fiddly one. Opera. Hello lovelies. How are you all doing today? I hope you are well. I am. It's quite a warm day. It was supposed to be chucking down all day today, which was going to be, well, perfect. Actually, it is starting to cloud over. Because it was going to be chucking down all day, I've moved my sewing machine table into the window so I could make the most of any natural daylight. So far, no rain. But also, because I saw it was supposed to be the one rainy day this week, I thought, right, well, today is the day. I will book a delivery. More of that in a second. You're at a jaunty angle. Hang on. That's better. You're looking a bit more, we're a bit more on level with each other. Yes, so far no rain. But never mind. I have been going backwards and forwards to the garden harvesting lavender. I've got a lot more backwards and forward days to do. But I just thought, like I said, I saw the forecast, rain, and I thought, right, I need to book this delivery. Okay, let's do it all in one day and get on with other stuff. Do you ever get stuck? No, I don't mean in a rabbit hole because you've eaten far too much honey. Stuck in life, I suppose, in your sort of day-to-day doings. I do. I was gonna say move the piano. It's not a piano, it's a sewing machine. Yeah, I think maybe this doesn't happen so much if you go out of the home to work. If you're working for someone else, it's, you know, you turn up to work, you're told what to do, or you organise your own day, whatever it is. If you've ever had to write an essay, you'll know what I mean. Every now and again, you know, I look around me, everywhere I look, there are jobs. There are jobs that need to be done. I have my lists, you know, I'm a list maker, but there are some days when, for whatever reason, I just can't do anything. It doesn't make sense, does it? There's this kind of inertia, and it's not oh, I can't be bothered. It's just I just can't start for whatever reason. It's not quite procrastination, although I suppose it is something akin to procrastination, isn't it? Where you've got some very specific tasks, or one specific task to do, like writing your final paper at uni, whatever it is, and you'll literally do anything but that thing. So I'm sure we've all done this, haven't we? Whether we love or loathe housework, you end up spending a day scrubbing the entire home from top to bottom, door frames, all those bits that we don't normally do. We scrub everything, or we launder everything. If it ain't nailed down, it's going in the washing machine. Oh look, I've done 8 loads of laundry today. My goodness me. Because for some reason we just can't start in that list thing on whatever it is, that job, that list, that essay. Yeah, I felt that. I felt that very much yesterday. But I've come to recognise, this is the great thing about getting older, isn't it? Is that, well, supposedly we get wiser. I've kind of clocked that thing in myself and sort of worked out why I get blocked. It's like a block. Think of writer's block, where, you know, you're sitting there, you're staring at a blank piece of paper and you can't write a single word. Nothing comes out. It's, yeah. I didn't used to find it where, you know, when I was working as a nurse or in the bookshop, because the day dictates what I'm going to do. But I think working for myself, working from home, it has happened much more. But like I said, I've sort of developed an awareness of when I have one of those days, I know, let's say there's 10 items on my list. I know that one of those items is the problem. for example, I don't like making phone calls. I hate using the phone unless it's to a friend. If I'm phoning a friend, love that. I can chat happily for hours on the phone with a friend. But no, if I have to make a sort of a more sort of business type call, or it's something a bit more formal, if I need to book a tradesperson, that sort of thing, I hate making those phone calls. I don't know why, no explanation, but I hate doing it. So if I've got a list of 10 things and that's one of the things on that list, that can stop me doing the entire list. I know, it sounds utterly ridiculous, I know. By the way, no pity party, just sharing. So one could say, and I've tried all sorts of tricks over the years, one could say, right, put that job to the top of the list, make it the job that you do before all the others, get it done, get it out of the way, and then you can just breeze on with the rest of your list. That makes sense, doesn't it? It doesn't always work. With the phone call thing, yeah, it would work. But with other things where I get stuck, blocked, it doesn't work. It's mostly creative, I'll explain in a second. So put it at the beginning of the list, get it done, get it out of the way. Or maybe even just put it at the end of the list and say, right, stop focusing on it. Just do anything from that list. Just that thing of just get going. I've tried that too. It sometimes works. Also, I think what I found in the past is just to let go of it completely and say, you know what, it's blocking me, it's stopping me, I don't know why, there's no rationale. Oh, I've just realised, sorry, I'm just looking across the road, they've moved out. I've just seen that flat's empty now, across the road. No, it's not suitable for me to buy. Whether they've got a lift there or not, it's way too expensive, and the service charge is through the roof. I don't make enough money per month to pay the service charge that they pay in the swanky flats. Anyway, so try it at the top of the list, try it at the bottom of the list, but what I found works for me is chuck that list completely. Make a new list, do something, anything. I want to get to the end of the day and feel like I've still been productive. And I think, you know, when we do that whole mammoth cleaning session or mammoth laundry session, we sort of, by the evening, we can feel slightly like, well, I've done something today, but we have that guilt nagging at the back of our mind, don't we, of, yeah, you've done all that cleaning, but you ain't done what you were supposed to do. My block comes, it's with creative stuff, and I don't mean sewing. So the machines, I'll show you what I'm doing in a second. I don't mean sewing because I'm starting in on the patchworks, and if there's time today, I'm going to talk quickly about fabric choices in terms of weight of fabric, pattern, scale, colour, all of that sort of thing. We'll see. Because today, my priority today is getting all my fabrics together for lavender bags, spreading out, matching things up, deciding what I want. Yes, I want these two together, etc., etc. Once I've made all my choices, then get all my fabric pressed, and then spend the rest of the day and probably most of the evening cutting out my small patches, cutting out my large backs. But anyway, that's for later. So when I say about it's the creative stuff, it's making videos. that's I've found since doing YouTube. I'm just doing clothing repairs at the moment. Yeah, since doing YouTube, there are some videos which just screech me to a grinding halt. For instance, when I used to do my garden videos, 9 times out of 10 it wouldn't be an issue, because in a way the garden, the season, the work, all of that dictates what's going to be in the video anyway. So, you know, before I turn the camera on, I've always got an idea of what I'm going to talk about, the points I want to make, remember, and even down to things like the different shots I want to make. So if it's, if it's in the garden, let's say I'm going to the garden to prune my tomatoes. I know that in that video that day, I know what the shots are going to look like roughly, and I know that I'm going to explain why I'm pruning, the difference between intermediate and determinate type tomatoes, bush or cordons, all of that sort of thing. So it's kind of easy in a way. The garden writes the script. No, I don't use the script, obviously, but I have bullet points, I have the storyboard in my head. But every now and again, I don't have anything specific in mind, but I know that I need to make a video, I need to get a video out tomorrow or the day after, and I'm going to be going to the garden, so yes, I'll make a garden video. And I get stuck. I get it, like I said, this block happens because I think I don't want to make a rubbish video. Obviously I never want to make a rubbish video. I want it to be either interesting or useful or entertaining or company. You know, it can just be chat for company, can't it? And in my head I think I can't formulate a good enough video. I can't formulate anything that's worth filming, and I end up not going to the garden. I think, well, I can't, it's like I can't go until I've worked out what on earth I'm going to film. I know this sounds like the most convoluted thing, but it just gives you a sneak into my mind, my creative mind. So I noticed this about a couple of years into starting my channel. I noticed how these blocks would happen. And so that's what I mean about chucking out the list. So when I first noticed this was happening, I made the decision, right, okay, forget filming, forget it, because I garden for my food. You know, this is really important stuff. I need to get there. I need to get on with looking after my food. So put the camera away, put the tripod away, leave them at home, forget it, just get to the garden and get working. And usually, if I've planned a whole week of gardening, for example, and in that week I'm thinking I might make 3 videos, and on day 1 I don't go to the garden at all, day 2 I'm so by day 3 it's like, right, go to the garden, no camera, and I work away and I love it and I get on with the work, yay! Second day, still no camera, work, yay! And it kind of, it opens the blockage. I don't know about block, but yeah, it opens things up and I get into my flow again. So by the 3rd visit, I take my camera with me, I'm enthused, I'm excited, this is what I want to show you, this is what I want to talk about, great. So yeah, that happens from time to time, but with time I've learnt to recognise it, and like I say, usually I get blocked, it's a video. So whilst I'm at home doing all sorts of things, I might have a list of, say, 6 items to do, and one of them is the video, and this is what happened yesterday. That video in my head, I couldn't make it work, and I ended up not doing any of yesterday's list at all. I did other stuff, I was productive, but I didn't do anything from my list, annoyingly. Yesterday evening gave myself a bit of a chat, you know, Vivi, you can't do this tomorrow, you've got to get on. Got up this morning and I immediately felt all shut down and blocked again. So I thought, right, okay, day 2 of chucking that list out, but let's be productive today anyway. So that's I suppose that was my long-winded point is, hang on a sec. If you get stuck, and I think probably it is a creative type thing, but if you're stuck, don't sit and dwell on it. Don't sit in being stuck. Do something else. And sometimes doing something physical can help unblock. Sometimes doing something mental can unblock. Like for me, doing my accounts, that always makes me feel good because I like doing my maths. So that's sort of what I'm doing today, and I know it'll get me back on track. That's fine. And in the meantime, I'm making this video instead. It's different to what I planned, but yeah, I'm getting on with. It's going to be in all sorts. Actually, I'm not going to turn it the right way yet. This is a real favourite. It's inside out. Oh, t-shirt of mine, even though it strobes on camera. The material, it's really, really fine, and it just keeps, little areas just keep fraying and splitting open, so I'm just using quite a wide zigzag, just bringing it closed again to get that sorted. That one's not finished though, I'll carry on, but I've been doing bits and pieces already. Great, and also because I'm moving into a sort of a sewing phase now, great, that's kind of, I'm on the machine, and it's that mental switch thing as well, isn't it? So that's happening today, and like I said, because I'm waiting for a delivery, I thought, you know what, this is going to be a different day to what I planned yesterday, the day that didn't happen, never mind. So today, because I am stuck indoors whilst I wait for this delivery, what can I do? The other thing, just in terms of that block thing, and I think again, this is especially true if you work from home in whatever capacity. You might work for a business, you might be a hedge fund person, I don't know, you might work in financial services, but you happen to work from home. And you know what it's like if you sit at your desk and in the corner of your eye you can see an overflowing laundry basket. It's distracting, isn't it? So that's part of what today is for me, is let's clear up some of the distractions. So let's do all these repairs, because there's a big pile of them, and they've been getting bigger and bigger. Also, so something else I'll do today. So as do you remember when I was harvesting my lavender, I said I've packed my paper bags, I don't know where. I can't remember whether I've actually packed them, or did I just say, oh well, I won't need these anymore, and chucked them. I doubt I would have chucked them. Anyway, they're not to hand. So I've made some paper bags from newspaper. So these were the very first ones I harvested. And I think by now, yeah, I can feel it crispy dry. So that's another job I can get on with. The first, I've got 5 bags like this from the first tranche. And hold on, they're on my sewing table now, don't want to lose any. So that's a great job I can get on with, probably to do all 5 bags, maybe about an hour or so. So again, waiting for that delivery, but even once the deliveries come, because it is starting to cloud over now, I can sit with a bowl on my lap, process my lavender for an hour, and that feels like a good, and just pop them down there for now, that feels like a good job done. So I have that rotation now of harvesting, drying, processing, harvesting, drying. So there's always going to be bags in the window drying. Anyway, that will be good to get done. Now the thing I'm waiting for, I should just say, I thought about this last night, because I was thinking, right, shipshape tomorrow, Vivi. Get the clutter out, get the distractions gone. It's like, you know, because I work in the kitchen a lot. When I'm doing computer work, I'm in the kitchen. If there's washing up to be done, if there's a pan of something on the stove that's waiting to be divvied out to go into the freezer, all of that kind of stuff, I have to get that cleared before I can sit down at my computer and work. It's that clutter, and it clutters the mind, doesn't it? So yeah, I was thinking about, right, get the clutter out of the way today. So get my sewing repairs done. They're all clean. That's a point to make, actually. They're all clean, so once the repairs are done, they can go in the wardrobe. I don't normally, if something's got a tear, little hole, I don't normally wash them. I usually try to repair them before washing, because just the action in the washing machine can pull a hole further apart. But I knew I wasn't going to be getting around to these for ages, and I thought, I don't want stinky worn clothing sitting around, let's wash it. So they can go away now. when I was thinking about it last night, the reason I'm smiling is because I was thinking I need to repair my holy clothes. And in an instant, I thought of my granddad, because if everyone mentioned having holy clothes, oh, my jumper's got a hole in it, I've got a holy jumper. Oh, my sock's got a hole in it, I've got a holy sock. He'd say, save it for Sunday. Oh, bless him, my granddad. He was sweet, he was funny, he was a fantastic sort of raconteur, a fantastic storyteller, really funny. Would have us in stitches, you know. He'd tell us about the time when he had grandma on the back of his motorbike at the traffic lights, and he didn't check with her before the traffic lights changed and turned to green, and off he went. But my grandma on the back, she put both her feet on the tarmac. Granddad went off and left my nan in the middle of the road. Oh, lovely. Yeah, so he was a very funny storyteller, loved his stories. And that thing about saving your things for Sundays because they were holy, as in holy. You get it? Yes, Granddad, I get it. I've got a hole in my jumper. My jumper's holy. Wear it on Sunday. Oh, miss him. Miss him. It's the wonderful thing about time, though, isn't it? How time really does heal, doesn't it? The raw pain and the anguished sadness at his loss, you know, for months after he died. Oh my goodness, I couldn't stop crying. I loved him to bits. And now, I mean, I get a little bit moist of eye occasionally, but for the most part, how long ago was it he died? 15, 20 years ago? Anyway, for the most part now, when I think about Granddad, I just laugh or smile. Yeah, time really is a beautiful healer. We should make the most of our lives and make great memories so that when we're gone, those who are still here, they have a lot to, let's give our friends and families lots to smile about for that day when we're no longer around. Anyway, that's kind of picking up on something I want to talk about in a different video, something I saw on telly another day. Anyway, yes, this delivery today. Tapgate. I don't even know where to begin. I'm so ticked off. I have had help. We have tried everything to try and get this tap taken apart in order to get inside it, to get the cartridge out, to replace it, to stop the tap dripping. So I mentioned this a bit the other day. The difference between modern taps and older taps, they don't have washers anymore. They have what I think they're called ceramic. It's a ceramic cartridge. I was looking up online the other day because I was looking for a replacement, and it all talks about this. The ceramic action gives a smooth glide as you turn on your tap. Yeah, it is smooth. I don't care about a smooth glide when I turn my tap on. All I care about is to turn my tap on, clean water comes out, I've got enough water, thank you, turn the tap off, no drip. That's all I want from a tap. I don't care about a smooth glide. What utter nonsense. Anyway, cannot get it apart. Therefore, I cannot fix this tap to stop it from dripping. Therefore, I've had to buy a whole new tap. A whole new tap. And I couldn't buy one tap, I had to buy the pair, so hot and cold. 100 quid. Now, I do have a fund. I have all my different savings funds, and I had a specific savings fund for house repairs, tartification of the flat, in order to get it ready for selling. So I have that fund, so that money's come out of it. I would just rather not have, because obviously every penny that I don't take, every pound I don't take out of that fund can be used later on for something else, like for instance a day off or a day out, whatever it is, or just some, you know, foodie treats, that sort of thing. But in any case, never mind, I've had to nick 100 quid from that fund to get my new tap, which is coming today, I hope. But it did make me think, my top taps tip. When I move, hopefully I won't need to replace any of the taps. But I think, I mean, it depends. If they're old taps, because I hopefully I'll get a doer-upper, so there might be old taps in there anyway. The old taps with washers is to not swap them out unless they're really hideously ugly. To keep the old taps and just have washers so I can repair them myself. But if I did want to swap something out, if it's either ugly or if it's like this and I can't get it open, is to actually look in reclamation yards. So in future, my tap purchases, I will try to get secondhand from reclamation, wherever, secondhand taps, the old-fashioned taps with a washer inside, so that I'm future-proofed. Because I put these taps in, I was trying to remember, it was either 8 or 9 years ago that I did the bathroom. So spending 100 quid every 8 or 9 years, I don't want that. And you saw the mixer and shower one for the bath, that went this time last year or so that only did 7 or 8 years. So yeah, that's my top tap tip, is find reclaimed old-fashioned taps that have a washer, none of this cartridge nonsense. Put old taps in, and then you never have to worry about the expense of new taps again. You just are going to be looking at changing a washer every now and again. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. I'm really grumpy. I'm grumpy that I've had to spend, it's like with the computer, I get grumpy when I have to spend my really, really hard saved money on boring stuff. I want to spend my money on fun stuff. I want a night out in a pub with my mates. That's what I'd like to do. Never mind. Anyway, right, I've got some more sewing to get on with. You know what, because I've been chatting for so long, maybe I'll do fabric selection later on when I'm actually doing it. I'll try and make that a real quickie. I'm going to finish doing my repairs. Hopefully there'll be a buzz any minute now. I feel like I'm gabbling in case, like, I might get the buzz. Try and finish before the buzz, but no. Stop gabbling. Right. To procrastinate or not, if you are stuck, do something else. Just do something, anything to get yourself moving again. And it might be that you need to get moving physically, it might be that you need to get moving mentally. And if it's to do with the garden, you know, I've said this over the years all the time anyway, especially it's that thing at the start of the spring when you're feeling you've neglected the plot all winter. Those kind of occasions when you think, I just don't know where to start, so I'm not going to start. Force yourself to start, to just do so. If it's an allotment, so in my scenario, my forcing myself would be literally saying, right, change into your gardening clothes and gardening shoes and walk to the allotment. Don't worry about anything else for now, just get there. And once I'm there, I can see a job that needs doing. Okay, just do that one job. 1 square metre of a bed weeded, and then, that action should hopefully open you up, get rid of that block, get you flowing again and get you back into your gardening routine or whatever it is. Those of you who are creatives, you know, like if you're a quilter, a stitcher, a knitter, whatever it is, perhaps that project that is making you just be utterly stuck, perhaps just set it aside for now. Go and do something completely different. So if it's a sewing thing that's blocking you, maybe go and garden. Or if you like cooking, if you like playing in the kitchen and inventing new recipes, go and play in the kitchen. Whatever it is, don't let it take over so completely that you sit and do nothing and freeze. I can't move. Just do something, anything. Right, I'm going to get on with my doing something, anythings. I'll see you all again really soon, and like I said, I'll do a real quickie on that fabric choices thing. So until the next one, please look after yourselves. Please unstick yourselves if, like me, you've been stuck. I'll see you all really soon. Cheerio.